Hey guys, it's Chris. So this week HBO announced that Game of Thrones will probably, more than likely, not definitely, go 8 seasons. So Michael Lombardo, the president of HBO Programming, said, quote, "I think 7 seasons out has never been the conversation." So he's implying, of course, that he wants HBO to take Game of Thrones further than the signed 7 seasons. They also announced a possible prequel. Now, there's no definitive answer whether that's going to happen or not, but more than likely, I think personally it will, because this is their cash cow. This is their money coming in. Similar to The Walking Dead on AMC, they knew that at some point The Walking Dead has to come to an end, and the same old story about people running through the woods, running from zombies and restoring society over time is going to get old, so they wanted to do the side stories, hence Fear the Walking Dead, that we're about to see start later this year. So I think that it probably will happen, but then again, there is no definitive announcements or anything they said officially as far as content. Now, whether that be something like Robert's Rebellion, or going back 8,000 years to the First Men, or something like that, we have no idea and won't know for a while. Now, as far as Game of Thrones Season 8, I have mixed emotions about that. I guess the downside for me is I'm kind of ready to see what's going to happen with this damn thing. It's been going on for 20 years. I mean, think about that. 20 fucking years this thing's been going on. The show, 5 seasons now, definitely through 7. We're entering the last 2 books, the territory of the last 2 books, and, you know, honestly, I want to see what the fuck happens. I want to see who Jon Snow's parents are officially. I want to see if he is Azor Ahai officially. I want to see who wins in the end, if anybody, officially. I want to kind of see what's going on. I mean, it's been 20 fucking years. I mean, this thing started in, I believe, 1993 when I was a senior in high school. George R. Squared Martin started writing these books. So I kind of want to see where it goes sooner than later, I guess. But on the other hand, it does give them room to stretch out a few things. They can cast more book characters if they need to. They can stretch out a few things. For example, Jon Snow. The biggest conversation right now online and everywhere is Jon Snow going to come back. Well, this gives them time now to, if they need to, push Jon Snow off for Season 6 and bring him back in Season 7 and 8, or however they want to do that, just like they did Bran in Season 5. So they have time to do that and then establish and complete some other storylines going on down south. So in one way it's a good thing, in one way it's a bad thing. I mean, the good thing being it's more Game of Thrones. Just like any show you love, you always want it to come on the next season, and you're kind of sad when it comes to the series finale as opposed to season finales. And hell, they're bad enough, you know, our wait begins. And I was actually about to do my Season 6 prediction video and kind of go through the major characters and give you my predictions on what was going to happen. So I'm going to wait just a few days at least, or maybe a week or so, to do that now, because this changes things a little bit. You know, now they don't have to rush in and complete the saga. Now they can kind of take a little bit more time, and you have another 10 hours of programming to stretch out a few things and include some other storylines that have not happened in the show as compared to the book. So it does give them a little more freedom if this happens, and I'm guessing that more than likely it is. It's not definitive, but they said they will spend whatever amount of money they need to rehire the actors for Season 8, since most of the main cast has already been re-signed through Season 7, including Kit Harington apparently. So what could this do as far as 8 seasons? Well, for one thing, they can push Jon Snow off to the side for a bit if they need to. Although we know Kit Harington has been seen in Belfast on several occasions now, and he has not cut his damn hair. That could mean that they could possibly just film a body scene like we saw with Tywin Lannister back in Season 5 in the beginning, where he's just dead and they just drag his body off to a closet somewhere and then push him off as they develop Bran's storyline and Cersei's and Jaime's and things like that down the south. So we could see that potentially happen, although personally I think that they're already too far into the whole winter is coming and we know what's coming with it theme as far as the White Walkers to just push Jon Snow off that long. So I think he'll be back in Season 6 regardless. And as far as Jon Snow goes, hey, it's like Sam said.
I've been worrying about Jon for years. He always comes back.
However, this could give them a chance and some time to develop the southern storylines. You have Cersei. You have Cersei's trial coming up. You have the Jaime thread with Myrcella being killed and what's going to happen there. I think this gives them time to develop Dorne a little bit more and Dorne Martell's plot, you know, because people were pretty disappointed last season with Dorne and how the Sand Snakes played out and how you didn't see Martell very much. You just kind of got introduced to him and then boom, it was over without any real action or consequence. other than killing Marcella. I think if it does go 8 seasons, then you will see more of Dorne, and maybe they can develop that a little bit more. I think it also gives time, as far as Arya goes, to actually remain blind a little bit longer than anticipated, because I felt though she would be blind for probably, I don't know, half the season, something like that, because in the books, this is like a training exercise where she learns to hone her other senses in becoming a faceless man. But now, since they potentially have another year after season 7, you could potentially see Arya stay blind the entire season 6 now as she develops through her storyline and continues to train. This gives them a lot more time now to follow Sam's storyline, which is a major storyline because he's going to Oldtown to train as a maester, and regardless if they have 8 seasons or not, he doesn't have time to become a full-fledged maester. He's going to study the history of the White Walkers or the others and how to defeat them. So they can give him a little more time to study that kind of stuff, learn more about the history of the Walkers, the Great Other, and maybe even develop the Oldtown storyline a little bit more, so it's not just kind of a flash where Sam's there every once in a while with Gilly and he's just reading some books and it moves over to another storyline. Again, this gives more time to develop the Jaime, Cersei, Marcella storyline coming back from Dorne, and what will he do with Prince Trystane now that he's on the boat, Marcella's dead. And of course Cersei has a lot of vengeance to take care of as well. The mountain being resurrected is Franken Mountain, and you have also the storyline with the Faith Militant, her war against those guys that she actually created, which I thought was great irony. You also have the Sansa, Reek / Theon storyline, and where will they go? So last we saw them, they've jumped off the walls of Winterfell, and now will they head to the Wall? Will they head to the Iron Islands where Theon's family is and meet up with his sister again and his father? I mean, so there's a lot of things they can do now and kind of extend these things out. So in one way, it's a great thing. Of course, it's just more Game of Thrones, which y'all love. But on the other hand, for me, it's like, I want to get to the damn end and see what happens. You know, I mean, I'm tired of waiting, because this potentially means that they push off the R+L=J confirmation until season 8. Yes, it's been 5 years, but think about the time. Season 8 would start in 2018, April of 2018. That's a long time. I mean, half of us are going to be dead before we ever get to see the end of this damn thing. So, anyway, just my 2 cents. I just wanted to throw that out there for you guys and ask you guys what you think. Do you think they should extend it 8 seasons? Are you excited if they do? And they probably will. And also, what do you think about the prequel potential? So I think there's a lot of good things they could do with the prequel. We've heard a lot about Robert's Rebellion. We know a lot of history as far as the Age of Heroes. I would say the Targaryen Conquest would be a great prequel. I think this would be a great thing to do, is do a spin-off, regardless if this Game of Thrones main show actually goes 8 seasons. So yeah, I'll be doing a Season 6 prediction video regardless. In the meantime, click here for my Season 6 Q&A on Game of Thrones. And if you Star Wars nerds, click here for my Star Wars Episode 7 Q&A. And let me know what you guys think. Again, leave me a comment. Thanks for all the support, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to get everything. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.